Hey guys, and I hope you guys are doing okay today. Today I have a Dead by Daylight discussion video. Today I'll be discussing of why I think the devs care about aesthetic over gameplay in DBD, on maps specifically. Yes, this is becoming a really fucking big problem in DBD, and I've noticed this a lot in this new map in DBD right now, which I'm actually playing on in the gameplay. The Raccoon City Police Department, or Police Station, whatever you want to call it, map for the Resident Evil chapter. So this map in a nutshell is two Mother's Dwellings. Mother's Dwelling is the biggest map in the game, by the way, stacked on top of each other. Literally, I'm being serious. Genuinely, I'm being actually dead serious. Because this map is literally the same size as the Mother's Dwelling, and since there's two floors, there's two stacked on top of each other. So if you already thought Mother's Dwelling was terrible, this one's even worse, because not only is it Mother's Dwelling twice, but it's the indoor version of Mother's Dwelling, which is worse. Because indoor maps for survivors are horrible to begin with, and indoor maps for a lot of killers like Huntress, Hillbilly, Oni, Bubba, fucking half the killers, or a majority, like most of them, are bad for them killers. Like the only killers that are good for these kind of maps are the stealthy killers like Wraith, fucking Piggy, Ghostface, Michael. Them 4 or 5 killers, that's really it. Maybe Hag is good on this map, but it's too big, so not even Hag. Yeah, genuinely. So there are very little killers. There are very few killers that will be good on this map, that their power will be beneficial, because most of these killers' powers will be shit on this map, except for the stealth killers, which is a problem. And I know I'm really just bitching about right now the gameplay. I'm not really getting over the aesthetic part. Well, think of it. A lot of these maps in DBD now, with like the Macmillan, the Colwyn Farm, the Allhaven Wreckers, all these maps like that have been reworked in the past year are now really bad. Like, you can't lie, the old Allhaven, the old Colwyn, the old Ormonds, everything like that was way better for both sides, I think. Genuinely, I'm being serious. But now it feels like they're just really bad. There's just lots of breakable walls everywhere, which is boring for killer. Like, breakable walls are so poorly designed. I don't know how the devs are just keeping them in and consistently keep adding them. Why, devs? Like, the devs are aware that breakable walls literally force the killer to break it. So it's literally a god palette for killer. They have to break it to weaken their tower, because if you don't break the breakable wall, it's an infinite. So the devs are still adding infinites to DBD, but they put breakable walls there and just have the nerve to say, we nerfed infinites, when in reality you didn't. Because killers have to break it like a god palette, which is enough to killers, so I don't understand your logic. And aesthetic in DBD is becoming such a big thing now, with outfits, fucking maps. Lots of shit is becoming all aesthetic. The graphics they've been doing for the whole year is all aesthetic based. But gameplay on these maps are now fucking horrible. They're really fucking bad. I'm being honest, they are. Don't get me wrong, the graphics in these maps, like the new Colwyn, this map right here, Hawkins, shit like that, Larry's, are fucking good. Don't get me wrong, they're really good. But gameplay on these maps, like Hawkins, this map, Larry's, and game map, yeah, the graphics are cool. Wow, it's very fucking fascinating, right? Cool. They're cool. I'm not being like sarcastic. They're cool, but they're not fun to play on. No one wants to play on this mess of a map. I don't. As Killer or Survivor, I do not want to play on this new map. It's literally two Mother's Dwellings on top of each other. It's shit for Survivor because the towers are horrible, and it's shit for Killer, except from the stealthy ones. So, like, who wants to play on this map? Like, the only time you want to play on this map if you happen to be playing stealthy Killer, which is very rare. So, legit, the only time you play on this map is Killer if you choose it. If you're playing a stealthy Killer, then cool, you want to play on it. But in reality, no one, if they're playing a regular Killer, is gonna want to play on this map. And if anyone who's playing Survivor on this map, they do not want to play on it. Like, you really don't. It's literally so bad for gameplay. As I said, the devs are smashing it with graphics, don't get me wrong, but all they do is focus on the aesthetic, rinse, repeat, not the gameplay, which I don't understand why. The devs don't give a shit anymore about the gameplay like they used to, and I'm honestly mean that. I'm being serious. They don't. They really don't. For the whole year, like the whole past year, they haven't given a shit about gameplay, because all they've done is add breakable walls, which is a nerf to killer. They made all the towers really weak. They just made everything really awkward now with spawns, RNG based, lots of dead zones for survivors, a lot of shit like that. It's just so much bad things. Legit, there's so much bad stuff now. They look good, but devs, stop this fucking forgetting about the gameplay and focus more on it. Because we played this game for the gameplay, not the graphics. Because why make a horror game which is multiplayer, which is asymmetrical, which has grind, which has fucking battle passes, when it's unplayable? On top of that, with all these fucking lag spikes and everything, it's fucking horrible. It really is. And I'm discussing today why I think I'm really just ashamed of the devs. And aesthetic is just a thing now in DBD. Because I don't purchase a game for the graphics, I play it for the gameplay. You know? I don't. Yeah, cool, it might have good graphics, but what if the gameplay shit? And what the fuck's the point in buying the game? It's like, well, this game now. The graphics are good. But what about the gameplay? You just forgot about it and said, oh, here, let's add new graphics to DBD with every new map. Just so we can advertise this game. Because all these new graphics and just bigger graphics in DBD are not because the devs want us as a community to feel proud of them. They're doing it for advertisement. Trust me. Because a lot of new games nowadays, the graphics are amazing. So of course, Behaviour want to keep up. And they're keeping up the graphics, which is good. So, better advertisement. But they've forgotten about the gameplay. So when they do advertise this game, and, you know, put it up there with all the newer games of PS5 and Xbox Series X with these new graphics, when people buy them, they're not going to want to play it. Because when they realise the gameplay is shit on these maps, then what the fuck's the point? Devs, you're ruining your game for the current players you have. Stop focusing on the new players and focus on both. Focus on new and current players, because the devs used to do that. They did. They fucking did, like, old events, etc. Shit like that, but they don't anymore, and all they do is focus on mobile now. Not the current version. Like, as I said, I'll say it one more time. The graphics are good. The devs do fucking phenomenal job at graphics. They're good. The aesthetic is really fucking amazing on these maps. Like this new map here, the aesthetic is fucking phenomenal. It's really, really cool. But I don't enjoy this map because of the gameplay, which is a shame, because I want to enjoy this map. The new graphics, I want to look at this map and fucking enjoy it with these new graphics. But every time I go on this map, I want a DC. It's a shame because the graphics are so good, but I want a DC because it's unbearable to play on. Not because of the fucking lag spikes and everything. Because of how shit it is. Two mothers dwellings on top of each other. Indoor map. Not really good for a lot of killers. Not really good for survivor. Only good for stealth killers. And yeah, it's just Hawkins all over again, right? I don't know. I think aesthetics just a thing now in DBD. It's just a thing now. It's literally just a shit. And it's a shame that the devs are slowly forgetting about gameplay. Anyways, I'd love to know your thoughts. Let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Do you guys think they're choosing aesthetic over gameplay, or do you think I'm just chatting shit? And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.